You're listening to the Master Passive Income Podcast Network. Welcome to the Master Passive Income Show. My name is Dustin Heiner, and I'm here to help you get financial independence, quit your JOB, that just over broke job, by investing in real estate. And in today's show, I'm super pumped to bring on two guys that are partnering now. They were jail deputies working at the local county jail and then realized life was too short to be working for somebody else and they wanted to have freedom. And now they have $2 million in assets now. They're going to show us how they did it and how you can do it as well. All right, let's start the show.
Welcome to the Master Passive Income Podcast, where we talk about investing in real estate with a special focus on making enough money so you can quit your job and live the dream life. And now, here is your host, Dustin Heiner.
What's up? What's up? Super blessed as always to have you here with me on the show. Yes, and I am so pumped to bring on my guests. Now, my guests, it's so cool seeing people that come to the Real Estate Wealth Builders Conference. And, well, we've now rebranded it to Income Building Live because I want you to build income into your lives. Well, they came to my large in-person conference, Income Building Live. They came to that, or one of them specifically did. And then he was like, I really want to get installed. I want to start investing in real estate. And so he, in 2022, came to the first ever RUBCon, the Real Estate Wealth Builders Conference, and was amazed, was blown away that real estate investing is the vehicle to get out of working the dead-end JOB. Well, he took action. He's come to the last, I think, out of the four, he's come to the last three Income Building Lives or RUBCons, and he has partnered with a fellow employee or coworker. He was working at a local county jail and being a deputy there working inside the jail. And he's just like, oh man, I want financial freedom. Well, fast forward now, he has with his partner, over $2 million in assets now and cash flow coming in. And when I was interviewing them, I was blown away. Like, the partner does not like buying properties unless it makes over $1,000 a month in passive income, in cash flow. Can you believe that? Buying one property that has $1,000. I mean, I teach where we try to get $500 a month minimum in cash flow when you buy it day one. Well, he's saying, man, $500 is great, but it'd be much better if I could get $1,000. And that's what he does. And so now I think, if I remember correctly, they have 9 properties, but they have over $2 million in assets now. And these 9 units are making them so much money in cash flow that they're now buying more and more properties. They just keep buying it. And one of the partners is actually managing the properties, which is saving them money or making them money as well. One guy is the money guy. The other is the operations. Now you might be thinking, well, Dustin, I really want to invest in real estate, but I don't have any money. Well, if you have the drive, if you have the education, if you have the people around you that are helping you to do the investing, well, then money will come. Just like when I interview, or you're going to listen on this interview with my two guests, they came, or one of them came to RUBCon, and then now they're coming to the Income Building Live event that we're putting on in March. You need to be here. You need to be at Income Building Live. It is so amazing that you are going to walk away thinking, oh my goodness, I am going to do it. I got the right people. I got the right information. I got the right education. I'm going to do it. And when they came, or when one of them came, and they were just like you. We're thinking, I don't have any money. I don't have any money. Well, they partnered with each other. One of them's operations guy, and so the other one is the money guy. Trust me, when you are wanting to invest in real estate, if you have the money, trust me, you can find the operations guy. If you are the operations guy or gal and you need money, trust me, you will find them. In fact, in our student community, here at Master Passive Income, we've got students that do both, that have money, that invest, but then also we have people that are the ones that are the operators. They need people with money. And so what I love to do is show them how to either find partners or get money outside of your own, working a dead-end JOB, saving up your money for 50 years and then buying one house. That's for the birds. We don't want to do that. What we want to do is we want to invest and partner with other people or use leverage using other people's money. And that's something I love to do. So I want you to join me at the Income Building Live Conference. It's going to be 2026, March 19th through the 21st in Nashville. March 19th, put it on your calendar right now. Tickets are a fraction of what the price is. It's an early bird price right now. So you have a couple more weeks before the price goes up, but go to incomebuildinglive.com, or if you go to even the old rubicon.com, you're going to find that points over to Income Building Live. A big reason for the rebrand was I want you not just to build wealth. Wealth is great, but you can't eat appreciation. But you can't eat the food that the income builds or buys for you from your investing. And so when we invest for wealth, that's great. But what we want is to invest for income. And I'm bringing all my friends, like I did every single year, to coach you, to show you how to invest in real estate. And so my two guests that are coming on, they're going to be there at Income Building Live. You need to be there with us. Go to incomebuildinglive.com. Check the link in the description. The price is already at the early bird price. You need to join me. It'd be Nashville. Nashville is a fantastic place, got a fantastic hotel. And in the end, imagine you this time next year having 1, 2, 3, 4 properties because you got around the right people. The key in life is to be in the right room, not being the smartest person in the room, even being almost maybe even the dumbest person in the room, where so many people are smarter than you, more experienced, have everything that where you want to be, you can set your sights and work with those people. Connect with them, even have them mentor you. I don't know. It's just getting in the right room is by far the best thing. In fact, I spent this last year $50,000. I paid $50,000 to be in a mastermind with other business owners. I spent a lot of money to be inside this mastermind so I can learn, so I can grow and be in the right room. And these people that are in this room, they're playing at a different level than I am. They're so much higher than me. And so that's why I'm striving for even more, is because I'm seeing what's possible. And that's what is the best thing for you, is to get out. Like if you're working a dead end job, you're around other people who are not at a different level. They're at the same level as you. They might be at a smaller level, maybe at best. But if you're in a room where people already quit their job, they already are investing, they have millions of dollars in assets, and they're making $10, $20, $30,000 a year or a month, sorry, not a year, a month in cash flow, you're going to hang around me in Nashville. So you need to be Income Building Live in Nashville, March 19th through the 21st in 2026. Get your tickets right now. You need to join me. Now, let's jump into today's show, where I'm interviewing two amazing partners and business owners. One's the money guy, like I said, one's the operations guy. They're so well fitted together, and they're going to show how their partnership has worked for them and how you can do it as well. I'm bringing on Phil and Kellen. And here we go, Phil and Kellen. Kellen and Phil, thank you so much for being here, guys.
Absolutely excited to chat with you.
You guys have been investing for 2 years now together. What got you guys into investing? And did you guys know each other beforehand? Did you guys meet? How did you guys get started investing?
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Phil.
So actually, we have known each other. We both work in the Monroe County Jail in Rochester, New York. We started in the academy together. I think Kellen did 2 years in the jail.
3.
Okay, so 3 years. I did 10 years. We stayed in contact, through those times. That 7-year gap where we didn't really see much of each other, but we always reached out, see how things were going. We have the same kind of mindset when it comes to family and investing and, just being the best person that you can be. So after, that 7-year span, I got my real estate license. And after talking to him a little bit, he let me know that he wanted to invest in real estate. And honestly, the rest is history.
And Kellen, you came to the first ever Rubicon, the Real Estate Wealth Builders Conference in 2022. You came to the first ever one. I remember you hadn't invested in real estate, and talk to us about you going to that and getting around other investors, in a live conference, 3-day conference that we have. And then that now to where you are now.
Yeah, it was huge to get around other people that were investing. My wife and I have done online business for about 10 years with this savvy couple, and we had extra cash piled up that we wanted to diversify our stock portfolio and kind of get into real estate and just kind of get more hands-on assets. So conferences has always been really beneficial to us to get around people that are doing what we want to do, and just having the people to have those conversations with and learn from and get inspired by. The conference was incredible. It was life-changing. I brought one of my buddies that wanted to get in real estate to get him involved and learn real estate as well. And he's doing stuff in real estate as well now. So just really excited to kind of dive into it and learn more and just do the research to figure out how to do that. And then I saw Phil kind of jump from being a jail deputy to getting into real estate, becoming an agent and just crushing it. And then I believe, Phil, you replaced your income within like a year and a half with real estate.
First year. Yeah. First year.
Yeah. First year. So just crushing it. And I know that's the type of person he was, just being in the academy with him. He was actually our class counselor. So the leader of our academy. And like he said, we kind of stayed in touch. We always have the same kind of values and morals with family, building wealth, reaching financial freedom and impacting other people. So I actually brought Phil to the third Rubicon where was that again?
Oh, that was in St. Louis.
St. Louis. Yeah. And, I was like, you got to come. And I convinced him to come, and it was awesome. I think it was life-changing for him. It was life-changing for me as well. And I just remember we were sitting at a bar the first night, and we were talking back and forth like, hey, we got some capital put aside, like $100K. We want to get invested in real estate. I don't really want to do hard money lending because, I'm going to get 10% and then get it back and then have to pay taxes on. I want to like actually own the asset and build long-term wealth with someone. So I was talking to Kirby, who you're good friends with, and possibly doing short-term rentals with him. And then Phil came to the conference. We were sitting at the bar and we were just like, there's got to be a way that we can figure out what we both want and find a middle ground of like, this would be an awesome partnership. We have the trust in place. We have the goals in place. How do we make it so it's a win-win for everybody? And we just had like this light bulb moment of like, oh, we'll just buy long-term rentals together, split it 50-50. I'll manage them. You give the capital, and bingo, bango. We started investing.
So who's the capital and who's the manager?
So Phil's the manager. He's basically crushing it with that and really good with real estate and an expert in finding properties and running the numbers and everything. So we are the capital. And originally we were going to start with just $100K to get maybe a property too. And it kind of snowballed into now we own 9 properties and 10 doors together.
In 2 years?
2 years.
So
absolutely crazy.
You came to St. Louis, the Rubicon, and in 2024, and then now you guys have 9 units now.
Yeah.
Yep. 8 single families and a 7-bedroom college duplex that we just started in Brockport. So that's kind of like our next, goal. Maybe like an apartment complex, some syndication deals. We've been following you a little bit. So yeah, I mean, I when I first started, like in my head, it was if it's not broken, there's no reason trying to fix it. But I've learned over time that there's no reason not to grow and push yourself. So yeah, our goal here is maybe some apartment complexes, maybe some commercial buildings, maybe some syndication deals. So just, a lot of big goals in the future.
That's great. That's great. And you already have 9 units, which is tremendous. Talk to me about the first property. Well, in general, where are you investing? And then how did you get into that first property? Because everybody knows the first property is the hardest. It's just like riding a bike. It's so hard. But once you start riding the bike, you buy that first property, it's becomes so much easier because it wasn't that hard. I shouldn't be scared. But where'd you guys do it? Yeah. And talk about that first property.
So I'll kind of speak because I was the guy on the sideline that wanted to get in, but had that, like, I was just nervous of like, I don't want to lose my money. I don't want to get sued. I don't know what the heck I'm doing whatsoever. And that's why, like, I didn't want to take away from our online business. So I was like, I need to find a partner that knows how to do it and to partner with them. So the very first property, it was after Rubicon. It was one downtown on, deep downtown Rochester, and it was $100,000 property, I believe, right, Phil?
Yeah, our first one was 100. Yeah,
it was super cheap, and it was like Phil called me up. He's like, "Hey, I got our first property. This is the one. This is how much it's going to cash flow. You just got to trust me and do this." And I was at the point of like, "All right, let's just do it." So, down payment was like $25K with closing everything, so not a huge investment, but got our feet wet. And like you said, the analogy with riding a bike, like once we got the first one, I was like, wait, this is not that hard at all. It just kind of snowballed, and then we just got a system in place and had our buy box, and it just kept snowballing and getting the next property.
You guys are still staying in the same area? And I want to pause for a quick second and share that honestly, I really want you to invest in real estate. Now, my new goal is to help 1 million people invest in real estate. So 2 things I would ask from you. Number 1, if you get anything out of this episode, please share it with somebody else. Just say, hey, check out Dustin and Master Passive Income. He really wants to help 1 million people to invest in real estate. That's number 1. Number 2, I want to get you to invest in real estate. Get my real estate investing course absolutely for free. Text the word rental, RENTAL, to 33777. Rental to 33777. I'll literally give you my course, show you how to find an area of the country to invest, how to build the business first. I always talk about that, and how to find the right properties, how to make sure you're getting experts to do the work for you, and scale the business to where you're making $250 or more in passive income. Scale it to quit your job. I'll literally get to you, or go to masterpassiveincome.com/free course. Obviously, it'll be in the description, but I really, really want you to invest in real estate, because the more that actual normal everyday people own real estate that are good landlords, the better everybody's life gets.
Yeah. So I had a portfolio prior. So, I had some experience, and that's kind of what I brought to the table with him, was just like, relax. Like, I'll take care of you. You obviously trust is huge. So we knew we had that from years back. But yeah, we started in like the 19th ward, which is near like the airport. So you have a lot of options there. There's colleges, there's short-term rental, there's long-term rental. Then we moved over to like North Witten Village, a little higher end neighborhood. Houses are a little more expensive. But we managed to, sneak a couple in on the highs and lows, right? I kind of know the market, being a real estate agent. So we would jump on a couple of those. And then we moved over to Brockport for the college housing. That just kind of fell in my lap. It was on the market for a little bit. It's a little intimidating to some new investors. It's different to people who haven't done college rentals before. So I saw it, fell in love with it, and we went from there. But yeah, our goal, we started with 100. We kind of went up to like 150K. Then there was a couple near 200, but they were gorgeous houses, family houses in really nice neighborhoods. So as long as the numbers made sense for us, most of ours are pretty similar, cash flow and equity. So.
And what do you guys shoot for in the cash flow per property or per unit? So
people think I'm crazy, but even at Rubicon, I believe I heard investors say $300 or $400 a month, and it's a go. I aim for $1,800 to $1,000 a month. So we split every cash flow every month, and we each make $400 or $500 on each of them. So we're not.
Are you finding these properties? I mean, yeah, because in order to get that, that cash flow is amazing if you can get those. But a lot of people are saying, man, Dustin, I can't find properties that I can buy that I can cash flow that much. So how are you finding these properties? Are they off-market properties?
No, actually, I don't know if any of ours have been. Maybe 1 or 2. Most of them are on market. So the difference is, and I'm going to say this right, I'm the best landlord there is. So I can charge top rent, right? I try to really be specific about there being a yard for a family, a garage, all the extra things that won't, they don't really get you another $50,000 on the house, but I can get top rent. So there's those extras, the finished basement space or an attic space. And I don't do a property manager. I am. So, my rents are near the high end, but my houses are updated. They're clean. They're taken care of. They're managed properly. So that gives us a little bit of leeway to get towards the top. Rochester rental rates right now are high. So, that helps with our cash flow. And where we buy, we try to keep our taxes down. City of Rochester is a pretty good place for that, even North Witten Village area. We've kind of steered clear of suburbs right now, just because with the 2 of us doing it together, we probably eat into the cash flow too much. But in the future, now that we're kind of rolling, it's not the number one goal. We want to get Kellen a good return on his cash investment. So as long as that overall number stays where it needs to be, then we're open to anything.
Yeah, and I think the Rochester area is super unique, where during COVID, like, the prices have stayed stagnant since the 90s, and then during COVID they just spiked 30% or something, Phil. And I think we were buying like in that kind of tail end of COVID timeframe where the market was still kind of really hot. And if you could find a property that didn't have a lot of bids, Phil having expertise in the area, it just made sense to get the property, acquire it. And then, yeah, the rents are just higher because we're buying nice properties that, they're a lot nicer with a nicer kitchen, yard. We can get more cash flow.
What's the purchase price and how much are they renting for on average?
I would say 150K purchase price. And I mean, I don't rent. I try to get 4 bedrooms, but even my 3 bedrooms, I'm renting for $2,200 a month.
Whoa, my goodness, you're kidding me.
Crazy.
People are lined up calling me for houses. I wish I had 40 more.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So if somebody were to be investing, are you looking to start a property management, or are you just going to be managing the properties that you have?
Yeah, I mean, that's been brought up to me a couple times. I like my freedom. I know I'm busy with what my portfolio that I have, but it's just not something that really interests me. I don't know. I going from the jail, working crazy hours, getting mandated, not being happy with what I was doing. The reason I came to Rubicon was because you guys preach exactly what I was looking for. I had left my jail job and tried to just push myself into real estate, and it worked. You know, I busted my butt, but it worked. And I'm not sure I want to do that. Unless I built a big company behind me to run it, it's not something I want to get into myself.
I'm with you. I don't want to manage my properties. In fact, one area that I was investing, or I am investing in, I think I had like 9 properties, and I had recently fired my property manager. They were just way too expensive on every single repair you could think of. When like a flip on a proper flip, a turn on a property, like, oh, it's going to be $20,000-$30,000. Like, what are you talking about? So stupid. I found somebody else. It was like 6 to 8. So there's just, I had to fire them. It's like, we're done. And then I thought, you know what? I could manage these properties myself. But then I started realizing how much time it's going to take. Even though it's not going to take a ton of time, it's just extra brain cells. And then I realized, my goodness, like the property managers I found, they seem to be really great. And so I just started working with them. But it's only going to, if I was going to manage it myself, it's going to save me $500 a month. And that's a drop in the bucket from how much I make. And I'm like, that's not enough for my brain and my time be taken up. And so I don't blame you. Freedom, like Kellen's shirt, it says freedom. Absolutely. I just love, yeah, there you go. I love that you're able with real estate to be able to have your time back to do whatever you want. And so share with me, Kellen, now you're doing your online business with the Savvy Couple, which is going very, very fantastic. Terrific website. You learn everybody. So you got to check out the savvycouple.com, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah. So check out their website. Really great stuff about finances and everything like that. But so Kellen, so do you do anything else inside the business, or are you basically the money guy?
Yeah. So we kind of set it up where I want to be the money guy and, passively invest and do that. Obviously we stay in contact and we talk about repairs and things that are going on and what's our next move with syndication and getting into another college rental property. But yeah, our goal personally was to continue to focus on the Savvy Couple and grow that online business, which is our cash cow, and then take that money to invest in real estate.
Love it. Love it. If somebody were to be thinking and they're on the fence, like, man, I hear about Rubicon or the Income Building Live conference, which is, we changed the name to Income Building Live, which is helping everybody to build income into their life so they can become freedom or have freedom, just like you guys. And if they're on the fence about coming and they're like, man, it's going to a 3-day event. It's just, the travel and all this stuff. What would you say? You guys have both been there. Kelly, you come a couple times. So what do you guys say to them?
I'd say that if you're trying to invest in yourself and invest in your future, invest in your family's future, me and Phil are both family guys. Phil's got 4 girls. I don't know how he does it. I have 2. Yeah, if you're trying to invest in yourself and learn real estate, there's no better investment than coming to a conference, especially Rubicon Income Builders, and getting surrounded by other people that have already done that. It's the biggest shortcut there is. You're basically getting free mentorship for 3 days, and you're getting the roadmap without all the failures. And you can just learn so much by surrounding yourself with those type of people and, successful people that are already doing it.
Yeah. So, I mean, this year I was supposed to come and I got tied up with something with my girls, but I was going to bring my wife this year. She owns a salon. It doesn't matter what you do. I truthfully don't even think it matters if you want to invest in real estate. I think when you surround yourself with a group of people that are similar minded like you, it just drives you to do something better, whether that's investing in real estate or just being more financially sound or paying off debts or anything. It was nice to be around a group of people. And it's not what I thought it was going to be. It's a lot more fun. It's a lot more laid back. A lot of interactions with the people who you expected to just be on stage and then walk off stage. So it was really enjoyable.
Yeah,
go ahead.
That's actually one thing I wanted to mention about your conference specifically, Dustin, is that the people that you have doing keynotes and that are on stage doing, the private room breakouts, like they're accessible. They want to talk to you. They want you to come up afterwards and talk to them. So like to be able to go up to someone that's running, you know, a syndication, multi-million-dollar syndication, ask them questions and get through those roadblocks that you have in your life. It's like that alone is worth the price to go. And it's like, that is so incredible that you do that for the conference.
Love it. And that's something that I wanted to create, was a place where everybody that is an investor, like we're all on the same team in a sense, like we're all here to help each other out. So I absolutely love it. And I personally hate being in a room where I'm the smartest or the most successful one. I want to be in a room where I have so many other people that are smarter than me, more successful than me, because that helps me to reach and do more and be more successful in my life. Now, you guys in 2 years have got 9 units, which is so amazing, and you're crushing with the rents, which is and passive income. What lessons have you guys learned along the way with the partnership, or even just investing in individual properties? Anything along the way?
Well, I know. So people ask me, like when I tell them about Kellen and like the portfolio we have, people will say, well, why doesn't he just do it himself? Right. And he has that option. He has the option to buy real estate, work with the attorneys, get a property management company. He's going to have to find a real estate agent. That's the difference, right? And I can supply all that. I can cut commissions. I can waive commissions to buy a house if that's going to make the deal better. So it worked perfect for us because I don't have $100,000 sitting around. And I have the expertise of the real estate, right? And I don't even call myself an expert. I've only been doing real estate for 5 years, but I will make it work. I know how to run numbers. I know how to find deals. I know how to talk to people. So it was a good partnership. And again, I know Kellen could do it on his own, but when you can invest in something that you wouldn't even have done because you're so busy and you're consumed in other businesses, like for me, this portfolio, I'm not afraid to say I'm making money that I never should have been making.
I'm fine with you saying that.
Yeah, I should have never been. You know what I mean? I don't have the capital to. I think he's probably invested $450,000. In these 9 houses, he's got a great return on his money. He's making money every month, and in the future, I think we've already got like 20% equity on these houses. So I mean, it's a perfect partnership, and it's going to work far into the future. We're excited.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for me, the biggest thing I've learned is that when you partner, I guess I learned this with my wife, starting a business with her as well. When you find the right partner to grow something and grow a business together, and you can work off each other and you have the same goals, the same values in mind, you can go 10 times faster with a partner than you can by yourself. Yes, I could have invested this money and done it myself, and it would have been a huge opportunity cost, taking my brain power and, my time investing, learning real estate when I could find someone to do it with, and move 10 times faster. Yeah, like you said, getting 9 properties in a year and a half, that's, cash flowing. And it's not only paying for our mortgage yet each month, it's also paying for our groceries and whatnot. It's incredible.
And with the cash flow that's coming in, how are you guys using that, or are you using that to buy more properties, or is it you're just counting on the savvy couple to be able to do that as well?
Yeah, so mostly cash flow, we are just either taking payouts or investing in repairs. We have refinanced 2 properties to buy 2 new properties. So yeah, I mean, we're essentially using the burn method with his money. But not stop, investing for his tax benefits, right? He wants, he wants to buy houses with his cash too. But there was no reason not to refi on some of these deals. We're still cash flowing $500 or $600 a month on the one property, and we bought another property with the equity. So
that's the best way to go. I mean, just keep recycling your money
Sure.
over and over and over again. In fact, I love using the DSCR loan, debt service coverage ratio loan. That has just been one of the greatest inventions for investors in a long time. When I first started investing in 2006, I wish that was around, because I would have bought a lot more properties. And so now with that around, it's just absolutely amazing. I've refinanced just recently, probably about 6 months ago, I refinanced 6 properties, pulled out $550,000 out of it, bought apartment complexes, bought more properties, and just kept, because I had a bunch of equity. And now with the 6 properties that I cashed out, that $550,000, 2 of the properties pays for the mortgage. Does that make sense? Like 2 of the properties of the 6 that I refinanced pay for that mortgage, that increase in expenses, and then the rest is just gravy. And I use that money to buy more real estate. It's just, real estate's amazing. Now, along that path of now growing, because I know you said you want to scale, get into probably multifamily apartments and stuff like that. What is your process to get to the next one? Are you just waiting for the next deal? Are you actively looking? How is that going to work out to where you grow to the next level?
Phil's waiting for more capital on my end. So
Yeah.
yeah, we originally had like 100K set apart to like just get started in real estate, and then it's kind of snowballed. And I was like, wow, the return on this is way better than stock market. If you take everything into account, tax write-offs, equity, all that stuff. So yeah, we're kind of tapped out in capital right now. So I think the next move for Phil and I, obviously, I'm going to keep growing the Savvy Couple and getting cash, and hopefully we can get a couple more properties next year together, just with what we've been doing. But I think the next move for us is, we're good friends with Tom Sylvester as well. He wants to get into real estate. He lives right down the road from me, and we have a good group of business owners in Rochester. Is find these business owners that have extra capital, want to get into real estate, and find some deals on apartment complexes together, and really syndicate them all together to get into bigger properties. Because I think you probably know this, but I'm sure, buying a single family home is pretty much the same as buying a multifamily apartment complex. Like, it's the same kind of process. It's just bigger problems, bigger income, all that stuff.
Yeah, it definitely is. And I like play Monopoly. I played Monopoly growing up, and that was always the plan, is you always want to keep growing until you get into multifamily, which is fantastic. Now, what I love is I have my base of single family homes, 30 some single family homes. And that is just lots of cash flow coming in. And over time, rents just keep going up. So I just keep making more money. Inflation doesn't even bother me because it goes up with inflation. And now that's my bread and butter. That's the money that comes in to pay for all of our bills, make us more money to buy more real estate. But then being able to invest in apartment complexes, getting into larger properties, you don't get a lot of cash flow from those. It's more when you either exit a multifamily, you sell it for more than it's worth, or you refinance it and pay off your investors, and then you keep it long term. Great assets to have. I love just looking at real estate as it's an asset. We figure out how best to use that asset. And along that line, talk to me about the college property, like the I wouldn't say dorm room, but like the co-living space. Talk to me about how you guys got into that and how is that working out?
So yeah, it was just my niece and nephew go to Geneseo. So I started looking in Geneseo for a house to get them into, have some of them, the two of them and their friends rent. There wasn't really much there that I liked. I kind of popped over to Brockport while I was doing a search and found this house, and the numbers almost made too much sense. And I was like, something's got to be wrong. So I went and saw it. It was gorgeous, very well taken care of. And when I ran the numbers per room for each student, I was like, there's no reason. So I called Kellen and I was like, you're gonna have to find some more money because we can't miss this one. Because if you don't find the money, I'm gonna find it. So, yeah, 7 bedrooms. It's a true duplex, but it's just set up so nicely. It wasn't cut in half. It wasn't, sometimes people are just putting up walls to make it work. 4 bedrooms up, 3 bedrooms down, 2 kitchens, and it just. But our biggest fear was, we bought it, we closed on it last month, and we got it rented for next August. What were we going to do from now until next August? So that was easy. Filling it with 7 students, 7 friends, it was easy. But now we're kind of backfilling each bedroom for just one semester, which has been more difficult for sure.
What's the cash flow like?
So we're going to make probably $2,400 a month.
That is so cool. Is it now? Do you have to furnish these?
No. So yeah, no, it'll just be they'll bring their own stuff from the dorms, whatever they bought, and then they're, truthfully, I remember college houses. I was sleeping on a mattress on the floor. So, whatever the house does not look like a college house. I'll give you that. So, that is one of my fears. Obviously, I want them to take care of it. We got a good lease written up. We got good deposits for repairs if anything's needed. And they can't rent till junior year. So we're hoping that they're there for 2 years, obviously. And then it just keeps recycling. So I actually, a month later, went and bought another one on my own because
that's so cool.
I like the numbers so much that I was like, I found another one a little bit farther down the road and snagged that too. So,
and I think, go ahead, Colin. I think with college rentals, especially in the Brockport area, like the tuition and the room and board at the college just keeps going up. It's like ridiculous how much college is. And That's a whole nother topic for another day, but we're basically, competing with the dorm rooms, which, getting your own house with your friends and having some privacy and your own place to hang out. And it's right next to the school. Like you can walk, it's like a quarter mile, not even. So, competing with that and having that as like our baseline, I think even the next year or two, we can continue to increase and make it even more cash flow, which is awesome.
Oh, totally. And do you guys put or have the parents sign as on the lease as well, so you can go after them in case the kids screw up the house?
Yeah. So these kids, and sometimes I hate telling people this, but they're football players. So I actually got in touch with all 7 of them. I got in a group message and I said, hey, if you guys are interested, I'd like to meet. And I said at the time, three parents, 3 adults. And it turned out it was parents' weekend at Brockport. So they had a football game, and I went there and I met all the parents, most of the grandparents. We did a walk through the house. It was 40 people in the house. But it was great. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted them to meet me and be comfortable. I wanted to meet them and get comfortable. I literally, after we walked through the house, because of the house and the relationship, just in that little bit of time, I had them, they were writing checks to save it. Because the house is gorgeous. And we had a lot of good conversation where they knew this wasn't just go sleep in one of the rooms and nothing's ever going to get fixed. So yeah, I had 3 adults sign as guarantors on the lease. And we actually get paid in full prior to move-in. So it's not a monthly thing. I treat it just like a dorm room. Some of these grants in New York State, you can actually get the grants to cut a check for off-campus housing, and it gets written right to the landlord. So that helps in that aspect for them too.
Wait. So they pay for the entire year?
2 semesters. Yep.
That's awesome. That is so cool. No wonder why you picked up another one.
Yeah.
So we did that.
Go ahead.
Talk to me about the area too, because if you're buying it for, let's say 150 and getting 2,200 amount in rent, that is amazing. That's really, really good. Is it like a C or B class area? And tell me more about this area that you're investing in.
I'd say so. We're kind of in like the northeast of the city and the southwest of the city. The southwest by the airport and by like University of Rochester, I'd probably say a C. I'd like to give it a B just because it's so busy there with the colleges and the airport. I'd probably give it a C. And we bought our first few there, and then we went to North Winton Village, which in regards to the city, it's the place to be. So that's an A. But my numbers didn't really change that much, right? People need to rent where they need to rent. North 19th Ward is a rental area. North Winton Village is a little bit more mixed, but you can only charge so much for a 3 or 4 bedroom house. Right now, the max is probably like 22. We get 2,400 at a few of them because they're 4 bedrooms with a garage, and it works. Yeah, I'd say C and A. We actually refied a couple in the C to buy a couple more up in North Winton Village. But yeah, I'd say that's the place to be right now.
I flew into, it was last year, Tom Sylvester, which Kellen mentioned, a good friend of mine in my personal mastermind, flew in and we hung out. Our mastermind, we did like a retreat there up in Rochester. Super beautiful out there. And so as you're talking to me, I'm remembering the areas, going to the airport. And then we went to Tom's old house in I can't remember the name of the area, but it's beautiful out there. I can't believe, can you still buy them for $150,000 and still rent them for around $2,000 or more?
Yeah, I think it's actually gone down. So the market's a little slow right now. So we were bidding, right? The house would be listed for 140. We were paying 175. And old-time investors, they'll never overpay. They refuse. Well, I'm not going to overpay. Why would I overpay? Right? So they won't overpay, number one. And number two, they never adjusted their rent amounts. They think going from 1,200 to 1,600 is a big jump. Sure, it is. And I'm not out here trying to take advantage of anyone. We try to help people when we can. A fridge broke and it was theirs, so I took some money off rent so they could buy a new fridge around Christmas. We talked about giving all of our tenants $100 gift cards to Wegmans for Christmas. We're not out here to get people, but we're running a business. We have to make money. The money that we make, we reinvest in the houses. We reinvest in repairs. I get people calling me all the time, and within a day, 2 max, whatever was broken is fixed, right? Someone's going there that day, and if they got to get parts and stuff like that, it might be the next day. But that's what I try to explain to them when we do the walkthrough to make them comfortable is Sure. Yeah. You just saw a house for 1,800, but there's holes in the wall and the kitchen is the original kitchen. And, so I just try to show them the value that's going to be there.
That is so cool. Well, anything else that you can help any of these my listeners that are thinking, man, I really want to start investing in real estate? Any other hurdles that you guys might have jumped over that you can share with everybody?
Well,
My biggest, go ahead.
No, you're good. Go.
My biggest thing is with anything, you're trying something new, you're trying to better yourself, better your life, is we tell our audience all the time, action takers are money makers. So in order to start improving your life, start making more money, start building wealth, start getting into investments with real estate or whatever it may be, you got to take action. Like, you can do as much research as you want, read a million books, watch the podcast, go to conferences, but unless you implement what you're learning, it doesn't mean anything. So take action.
Yeah. And what I try to explain to people is, number one, if you're nervous or if you don't have the cash flow, don't be afraid to do something with somebody else, right? The numbers might not sound as good. Don't be greedy, right? If you can start a portfolio with someone and start your dream of what you want to do, you branch off, you can make your own portfolio next. I have my own portfolio. I have a portfolio for flips that I do flips. I have a portfolio with Kellen. I just started another portfolio with another investor who's going to do exactly what Kellen's doing, because I have a TikTok. People have seen like what we do. So now I have people calling to do the same thing, right? Like what you just talked about is, I'm nervous to start. I trust, you've done it before. Let's do it together. So yeah, you got to do it. You got to jump. Like you said, I've done that in life. I was at a job with the jail, and I didn't know what to do. And I just, for a couple of years talked to my wife, and I just I got to get out of here. So it's just take chances.
Well, before we get off, Phil, because a lot of people are in your position where they don't have money or have much money,
Yeah.
and they really want to invest in real estate. They're learning. In fact, a lot of students that I get, they have some money, but they don't have a lot. And then once they get tapped out on money, they have to wait for more money to come in or refinance. But like where you started, you did a little bit of deals, which are great. But then talk to us about finding and being the expert, or quote unquote expert. But you're the management. You're the hardworking guy. Whereas you found Kellen. Kellen's the money guy. A lot of people think that's, oh man, it's so impossible for me. I don't know anybody that has any money. I can't do it. What would you say to them?
Well, so number one, creative financing, right? It's not always, you don't always have to find a person. But what I realized is when I first started, I needed money. I reached out to friends and family who I thought might have money, and I explained to them what the return would look like and what the deal would look like. I started there. Number two, once you do it, my network has grown substantially just from word of mouth. Honestly, just in this area, from word of mouth. My first deal, I struggled to find $5,000. I had someone call me the other day. They want to buy apartment complexes with me up to $2 million. So, it just, once you get into those networks and you show that you're confident and you show your value, the deals, I say it on my page, it's like, you're not looking for the certain house. You're looking for the numbers. You want the deal has to make sense financially. If you can find a house that makes sense, you can find the money. There's investors all over. So that was big. I just had to go out and sell myself. Honestly, it was like, make people trust me, show them what I would do for that, what I can offer. And it was less, I thought it was going to be really intimidating. I had meetings with people with money, right? And they felt the same way on the other side of the table. And it was, well, what can I provide? All I'm going to do is give you the money. Like, I can't help. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know anything about houses. And I'm like, this guy's crazy. Just give me the money. I'll just take care of the rest. And I was like, this guy's nuts. But they feel the same way, right? Everyone wants to contribute somehow. So just don't doubt yourself.
That's fantastic. And how about you, Kellen?
Yeah, I kind of went and said, take action. I think the shortcut is partnering. If you're either two sides of the coin. You have the money and you want to invest it, go find someone that's hardworking, expert in the area and you can invest with, or you don't have the capital and you need to put in the groundwork and strap up your boots and go to work and learn it. And I think one thing Ben Mala preaches on his channel, his YouTube channel, he's a big expert in Florida. He basically says that getting your real estate license like a certificate to print money. So I think, if you want to get into real estate, like Phil learned how to be an expert in real estate and get into investments where you're really growing your wealth because he became an agent. Like that's how and that's why his competitive advantage is he knows the market. He knows how to create deals. He knows other agents. like to partner with someone like that is just an awesome blessing.
I tell every investor, every single investor, I don't know why you wouldn't have your real estate license. I just don't. It's especially for someone that's going aggressive into investing. It costs me $2,500 for a year, $2,800 a year to have my real estate license, to go see a house whenever I want. I don't need to schedule it and find somebody to meet me there. To what, especially on my flips and like my resales, if we go to sell a house, I don't owe anyone 6%. You know what I mean? I owe 3 maybe if someone brings a buyer. I save so much in that aspect. When I flip a house, there's people who flip a house and then they know there's 6% coming and they're going to lose that 6% just because. Where I can flip a house, I don't even know if I'm going to rent it or sell it yet. I can do anything I want because I have the ability to work out the deal however I want to work it out. I can sell it off market. I can list it myself. So a lot of these houses we buy with when Kellen buys, probably half I'd say I've waived commission to make the deal work. The other half I'm making 3% from the seller. So I'm making money on that end too.
I'll add that I don't understand how, because you said, if you're an investor, I don't understand how you wouldn't be a realtor, which I totally get. I don't understand how anybody that's a realtor is not an investor. That's just dumbfounding me. Like you're literally in the game, but you're not up to bat and you're not trying to score. It's like, come on, you need to be investing.
No, you're calling a client and you're saying, I have the best deal ever. And I'm like, and that's the hard part for me is I have investors that that buy houses. And that's where like the ethics things come in. And it's like, I have clients send me houses all the time. They're like, oh, this is perfect. And I run the numbers. I'm like, yeah, it is. I'm like, let's go look at it for you. So that is hard. I'll give them that. I miss deals that people find and I find deals that people miss. So it's just part of the game, but it's fun. I mean, I love it.
That's great. Well, this has been awesome. Phil and Kellen, share where people can find you if they want to reach out. I know you said, Phil, you're on TikTok. We got the Savvy Couple, but share with how people can find you.
Yeah, so I'm trying to grow my social media following. With Kellen's advice and knowledge, started a TikTok page, First Door to Freedom. I would love for people to follow me. My big long-term goal is to build a community like Kellen has with the Savvy Couple. Where they can be in a platform to ask questions with each other and get into bi-weekly meetings or monthly meetings and simply ask questions, answer questions. I can help run deals, different websites and tricks that I use to find properties. But yeah, First Door to Freedom on TikTok. And anytime anyone has any question, I'd love to help them.
Yeah. And if you want to follow me and my wife, we're at the Savvy Couple on all social media platforms, including YouTube. If you're looking to master your money, increase your income, and build a life of freedom, give us a follow.
And the Savvy Couple on YouTube, you have to check out their YouTube channel. Kellen and his wife are amazing at YouTube. And you even shared your testimony, how you became a Christ follower, Kellen, and they're just so amazing. I loved watching it. So everybody got to check out both these guys. Go to TikTok, go to YouTube, find them both. But hey, guys, thank you so much for coming on, sharing your experience, and hopefully giving people encouragement that it's not impossible to find somebody to partner with and grow your platform, your portfolio, grow your wealth together. So thank you guys so much for being on the show.
Thank you, Dustin.
And that is it for today. Go ahead and get my free real estate investing course. Text the word rental to 33777. RENTAL to 33777. You can also join my Real Estate Wealth Builders group coaching. Get all my courses. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next show. See ya.